Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video. This is only going to be a very short one because I think I haven't got time to edit, and I have a couple of videos already on the way which are going to be sort of being pushed back because of this video, and I thought I'd try and get this up for the 30th of July because I would like to wish the Beano a very happy 80th birthday, and I thought to celebrate I'd do a small little run through of its special 80th anniversary issue. Guest edited by comedian David Williams. So, I mean, to be honest, didn't expect him to be the one chosen for the 80th anniversary issue. For a reader of the Beano, I haven't actually gone through an issue of the comic for about 4 or 5 years, so this is brand new to me. Oh yes, I did get a copy when they rebooted it with the whole new Beano logo, but I didn't actually have a proper route through before or since for quite a while. All of the characters are very much the same, and to celebrate the anniversary, the Beano has basically tied together every character in an ongoing comic strip, pretty much. The characters dig up a time machine from 1938, from the original characters of the comic, and they dig up a time capsule which has got the secrets to a hidden creature who's been hidden under Beano Town, and it's going waking after 80 years, and all the characters have to sort of come together over the course of all their comic strips to stop the creature from sucking out all that naughtiness. It's a very Beano sort of type thing, and I just thought I'd spend today actually hunting for an issue of this, expecting not to find, for having a real struggle, because I struggled to get the 75th anniversary edition of the Dandy, the last issue, and I was expecting it to be just as difficult with this, and I didn't actually struggle with this. So I think David Williams is a weird choice for the anniversary, but I suppose he does a lot of kids comics and things. So yeah, there's not a lot I can say about this, just yeah, not expecting that. There's a nice little thing I saw in it as well. I'm going to cut off Luke of the Past just for a second, well, for a little bit long, because there's been some new bits and pieces that I can talk about to celebrate the Beano's 80th, and I thought I'll shove it into this video rather than make 2 videos about it, and hopefully I can get the editing done and get this video up on the 30th of July, which is tomorrow from when I'm filming this. But basically, this segment I was originally going to show an advert for a Beano 80 Years of Fun collection, and I was intending to buy it, and shortly after making the original video I decided to buy it, and I thought it's arrived, I'm going to actually review it because I think it's more of a true telling of the Beano as a comic as itself. I want to look at it, and I think a lot of people will be interested and see what's in this set, whether it's worth getting or whether it's something that you as a Beano fan, because they're quite limited at the moment, so there's only, I think it's only about 1,000, 2,000 copies, I might be wrong with that, but it's only a limited number of these, so I thought, let's have a look into it. I've already opened this, but for a start, it might be badly reflected, but the cover itself is Dennis with 80 Years of Fun. Sorry about all the smudges, because hand fingerprints on it. But it's a wonderful little set, look at it, it's fantastic. I absolutely adore the design on this. It's very well put together, so just the box itself is really cool, and it will fit nicely on a shelf. There's no sort of, it's so nice. Before I show you the contents, well, already the inside bit has got Beano, and I'm actually intending, I think, as a plan, to try and get this signed by as many Beano artists as possible, because this is a fantastic sort of thing. It's nice to have like a canvas, get some silver art, some silver pens, and get the artists to draw, sign on this bit. But yes, this is really cool. So let's show what's inside. I've gone through a lot of this. So it might be a little bit jumbled, but it's a collection of things that represent all things Beano over the 80 years. There's a lot here, so you might have to bear with. The main part of it is the Beano 80 Years of Fun collection comic. Well, it's not a comic, it's more just a collection magazine. It showcases everything that, talks about the editors of the comic. It talks about the comic over the years, from its very beginnings in 1938 up until the more modern era, where it brings up you know, all the new characters, the artists, and everything that's happened in the last, well, 10 years. The idea of this is to sort of breeze through the history of the comic and the people behind it. I mean, it itself isn't really a Beano comic, it's more just a big run through of everything that has gone into making it, making 80 years, making it last 80 years. And also, I really like the front. You've got Dennis the Menace in the front here, and you open, and it's actually an artist drawing the eyes. But so this is the piece of the resistance, really, the main sort of thing, and it's a lovely little magazine. I haven't tried to read it yet, but I'm looking forward to sort of going through the comic and its history. It'll be fantastic. In this set we've also come with a collection, I'm going to leave that to the end, a collection of bits and pieces, but the main thing is we're going to get, there's reprints of older issues, key issues from the past, so I will give you an example, showcasing the comics that they've put in with this. So the first one is of course issue number 1, a copy. The first batch, all but the second two are sort of made on this sort of more papery, this sort of retro paper, about the size it would have been, and recreated it fantastically. I would have actually I got another duplicate issue 1 a while back from another collection, and it was half the size of this, but this is very sort of true to what it would have been for the kids reading it at the time. So almost, if it wasn't so sort of polished, it almost looks like a real one. It is so close and spooky. The second one is issue number 272 from December 1945. It must be the end of the war. There's nothing particular about this issue, I don't think. I think this is just a glimpse into what each issue was like, a particular issue was from different eras of the comic. Just as the comic started to get more pages, it's quite a lot thinner than the first issue. And yeah, it's just sort of showed what it was like as the war had finished. The third issue was one that I had as another copy of beforehand, and that is issue number 452, March 17th, 1951. This is the famous one for being the first issue with Dennis the Menace. And I'll find you the Dennis comic, which it's on, and the first Dennis comic is there. I'm trying not to sort of angle it, so. But Dennis on the little half-page strip there, in between the text story, will go on to be Beano's most beloved character. Next up is issue number 954. This is a glimpse of the 60s, this is, October the 29th, 1960, and once again all of these are produced on the same sort of paper. It's very sort of like newspapery, but a bit more glossed almost, like it's got a sense of... But one thing I will have to say is obviously these are recreated, and obviously they look and feel very much like the originals, so it would be very hard to tell the difference between, apart from the age, a comic like this would have aged, you could sort of, even if it would have been kept perfectly well, it would have aged to a degree, the paper itself. The next one is number 1268, June the 5th, 1976. This one, once again, lovingly created. Same sort of paper, I think they've used the same sort of thing throughout, but they've sort of tanned the pages almost a bit less. So obviously the older ones have got more of a tan to them. These are a bit more clearer. There's no particular thing about any of these particular issues, apart from the first one and the Dennis one. This one as well, though, number 2280, March the 29th, 1986. This is one where Nasha goes missing. This is quite a famous one, I think. And once again, just a glimpse into what this comic in the 1980s were for the Beano. Now the last two are a little bit more, this one particularly, issue 3052, January 13th, 2001. This was about a year before I started reading it as a kid. This is the only one that I would say is inaccurate to the paper quality. This is more the plasticky paper we got from the last, I would say, probably as the comic is now. The paper wasn't like this, so it's a little bit off-putting that this is probably the only one you wouldn't be able to say is an actual copy from the time. The rest you could possibly, the older ones maybe less so. This one you wouldn't be able to, but it's still nice to have one from 2001 to see it, but it's not entirely accurate. Although the adverts, everything from those original comics are intact as they were presented in the original version, so it's always nice to have that. And the final one is a more modern one, issue 3800. There's actually not a date on this one, but it's 2016, I think. Well, this is the 2nd of September 2016, I think. This is the one you could also, this is probably the only one that would be dangerously close to being mistaken for the original copy. This is obviously not an original copy, and I will be acquiring this issue again as an original copy, although there are a few of these duplicates, and it is so close, it is almost hard to tell. It's only 2 years old. So, but yeah, those are the issues. All of these are complete copies. Along with that, I mean, we're not finished yet, 25 quid's worth of stuff. Assigned, well, it's a recopied, but it's a sketch of Dennis the Menace. It's an art print with original sketch drawings and notes around the actual image. I think it's in the 1960s, but it's obviously a copied art print, which I think was really cool. On top of that, we got four sort of postcards. These are annual covers I don't know the exact years. I think this is one of the 1940s ones. I think 41 or 42. I think this was 1969, 68 with Biffo on the cover. This must have been 1960, I think. And then this was, I think this is 1988. So all of these were just postcards of 4 select Beano annual covers. We got the Dennis the Menace fan club, a copy of that, of the original booklet, and the original 2 badges. I'm not even sure if I should open these. I'm tempted, so I think I might do. But yeah, that's got both the badges and the fan club thing, the original version. I actually had one of these. Maybe not this version, but when I was reading the comic in the early 2000s. This is really cool. It's the Nasher Snapper, one of the free gifts from the, I think it was the 1980 comic. Lovely recreated. I probably won't use this, to be honest. It's all it is cardboard, but the idea was that it folded and you banged it to make a bang. But since it's my only one, I'm not sure if I should. I sort of want to, but don't want to. It's really weird. So that's really cool. That's one of the free gifts. And my favourite, and I say the other one's the piece of resistance. This is the other piece of resistance. It's a poster, but it is of, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get this on in one fell swoop, an entire roster of the Beano. I don't know if I can see that. Basically, it's every Beano character, and on the back it's got like a big sort of guide to each one, which one is. I'm going to throw that on there for now. I say every Beano character, it's probably every reoccurring character that's appeared over the 80 years. There is 255 characters on that poster, so it probably doesn't cover absolutely everybody, but it covers basically most of the ones that have reappeared more than a few times in the comics. So anyway, that was, I'm not going to be able to get the whole thing out, but anyway, that was the Beano 80 Years of Fun pack. I think it's still available as I publish this video on the 30th of July, hopefully, if I get it right. So if you're really interested in the history of the Beano and you want a collection that you can really appreciate, it's so well put together, and I think this is what represents the comic, and this is what the 80 celebration thing, because I had a bit of a ramble about not sure if the comic really represented the 80th anniversary. This does, and I think it was fantastic, and anybody who's a fan of the Beano and wants to celebrate its history, I think should really buy this set. £25, it's definitely worth the money for what you get. And I'm very glad I got it. Sorry about the ramble. I'm now going to cut back to Luke of the Past to sign off. Sorry I interrupted this supposed to be short video, but now it's really long because of this bit. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll lead you back to Luke from about 2 days ago. It's a nice little issue. It just feels a nice little piece with the rest, and it feels very much like it's always done. And I hope the comic will carry on for another 20 years. Sorry, short ramble, but I thought of all the times to make a video, I think it's quite good. I'll make a short little one just saying happy birthday to the Beano, happy 80 years. I've been a fan since I was a kid. I've dropped off in the recent years, but I've always been the supporter of the comic and everything it does. So here's to another 80. Thanks everyone for watching. Proper videos will resume soon. There is a couple more on the way, so please stay tuned. I haven't forgot this channel. There's just a lot on. So with that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!